Hello everyone. So in this video I will discuss signal conditioning elements. It is the second basic functional element in any measurement system or instrument. So let us see what is the function of signal conditioning element. The function of signal conditioning element is to process and modify the signal received from transducer element so as to obtain the output in desirable form, because the output of the transducer is not always in convenient form. Sometimes its magnitude is very small, so it needs amplification. Sometimes its magnitude is very large, so it needs attenuation. And sometimes the output contains a lot of noise, so it needs filtration, and so on. Now we will see what are the different functions that are performed by signal conditioning elements. So you can have an amplification or attenuation element. What is the function of amplification or attenuation? Is to increase or decrease the amplitude of signal without affecting its waveform. So suppose at the input of signal conditioning you are getting such waveform, then you should get at output also the same waveform. So its waveform should not be disturbed. Similarly, if you are doing attenuating, then the process will be reverse. Second function is the filtration. So filtration means to filter out any noise which is present in the output of transducer. Then there are some other operations also, like addition, subtraction, differentiation, integration, etc. Now let us move on. So we will discuss here different type of amplifications processes. So you can have mechanical amplifiers. In mechanical amplifiers you can have levers, gears, etc. So this is a simple lever arrangement, where by simple lever equation you can enhance the output. This type of arrangement we have seen in modern tube pressure gauge. Then you can have gear arrangement, where according to the gear equation we can enhance the output of the transducer. Then we can have hydraulic or pneumatic amplifiers. In hydraulic, water is used, while in pneumatic, air or gas is used for amplification. So this is the hydraulic amplifier, and this is based on the Pascal's law. That means that the pressure which you will supply here at any point, it will distributed uniformly into the entire liquid. So by equating the pressure at both the locations, say here and here, you can get the required amplification. And similarly, the amplification is done by using air, which is called as pneumatic amplifiers. Similarly, venturi meter and orifice meter that are used for the measurement of flow rate, but you can also use them as an amplification element. Now, other amplification elements are optical amplifying elements. So in this type of element, we use the principle of optics for amplification. So here in this figure, you can see that at the inlet we are having theta I, while at outlet we are having theta naught, and theta naught is equals to the 2 theta I. So this is how this optical amplification element works. Then you can have electrical amplifying elements such as transistors, integrated circuits, transformers, And in electrical amplification, we can have voltage amplification, in which we are amplifying the voltage, and it will be equals to V naught by Vi. Then you can also have current amplification. In this, you are amplifying the current, that is I naught by Ii. And you can have power amplification element, in which power is amplified. So power is V naught I naught. This is the output power, and Vi I is the input power. And we can use transformers or transistors for this amplification of this electrical signals. Another thing is the signal filtration, the second function which is performed by signal conditioning elements. So in this we can have mechanical filters. So for example, difference junction of thermocouple in ice. So in this figure you can see that we have produced a 0 degree Celsius temperature in this flask, and this 0 degree is created by a mixture of water and ice. Now if we do not have any insulation, then the heat from the surroundings, so heat from the surroundings can come and increase this temperature, and if this temperature is increased, then this reflex junction value is change, and this will result in the change in the measurement of temperature of this other junction. So to avoid this, we need mechanical filter, and in this case we use some insulations here, so that this heat will not come into the liquid and ice mixture, or it will come at very small rate, so that by the time we do our measurement remains unaffected. So this is how this mechanical filter works. Then we can have pneumatic filters to filter out the fluctuations in flow rates. Then we can have electrical filters, simple RC circuits or other electrical filters. Then other operations are also performed by signal conditioning elements. For example, signal compensation, then signal linearization, differentiation or integrations. Sometimes signals are received from multiple sources, then you need to integrate them. Sometimes you are receiving the signal from one source and you have to divide into multiple sources, then in that case you need differentiation. Then another very important operation is analog to digital or digital to analog conversion. So if you are getting output in analog form and you want in digital form, then you have to use this analog to digital converters, and if you want reverse, then you have to use digital to analog converters. So this is a separate topic in your syllabi, and we will discuss them in detail. Then another important thing is signal averaging. So sometimes suppose you are measuring the temperature at multiple locations and you want the average temperature, so in that case you need averaging, and sometimes you need signal sampling, etc. So these are some of the signal conditioning elements. Thanks for watching, and in the next video we will discuss different type of data presentation elements. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day.